Blue Sounders, welcome back to the shop. I'm here today with Joe and Josh, and we're going to be working on the neck. We have a donor right here for practice, and then we will get to the actual neck here to do some leveling, crowning, polishing, edge dressing, and get this thing all set up for a nice smooth feel. Alright, with that we're going to walk through some of the process, we're going to walk through some of the things that you will need for tools, and we're going to get working on this. Alright, I'm going to set this up and we're going to get to it. Alright, get that out of the way. First thing that we're going to do is we're going to take a Sharpie. With the Sharpie, we want to go over the crown of the frets. And what this does is, as you remove the material to check for the level with the sandpaper, you will remove the black Sharpie if it's at the right height. If it is too low, it won't take the black off, and that'll tell you how many frets you have that are too low and too high. Turn it over to you, good sir. Alright, along with that we also need to make the leveling device. So for that we're going to take 400 grit sandpaper, and we are going to set this up for our leveling beam. Use garbage scissors when you're doing this, because the sandpaper will dull your scissors. Don't use your wife's sewing scissors or your kitchen scissors, or you're going to be in a lot of trouble.
My wife's scissors last.
You are living on the edge there, my friend.
No. She hasn't noticed yet.
Keep a sharpening steel around. Alright. Once you got your two halves, here's what you're going to do. You're going to set them up this way. Flip them over, butt them together. And I don't recommend you do this on the center where it's going to go across the beam. You do not want to change the elevation at any point. So, here's what I'm talking about. We're going to hit it up here at the top, and we're going to hit it down here at the bottom. This is the zone that we want on the leveling beam. If you put tape here, you change its elevation by the thickness of the tape, and that will throw off your frets. Okay? Got them all done?
I think so.
Excellent. Okay, fret leveling beam. No, this is not a professional fret leveling beam. This is one that I built. This is just extruded channel aluminum and a piece of oak wood. But these surfaces are very flat. So, starting from here, I'm going to wrap this up and around. Well, let's do this end. This is better. Wrap it around and start to push it in. Like so. snapped in place. You're going to pull it tight, so roll it on that edge. Get it all the way around, nice and tight. You don't want this thing flopping around. Alright. Using your fingertips, you're going to pull on that sandpaper. One more additional item. Clamp it in place. Nothing worse than having your device moving around on you, right? Right. Okay, so from here, lay it on, and it doesn't take a lot of pressure. You just want to move it back and forth. Okay, that is enough. Now, as we look, we should be able to see that there are some frets that are too high and some frets that are too low. So, as we go through, let's see. This one, black came off. This one, it did not. You can see how there is still black marker on there. Same here, same here, same here, same here, same here, same big. Really bad here, 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 and you can see some of the fret wear that's in here. So there's some nicks in there. None here, none here. That, yeah, that one hit the top, just barely. This one, no. This one, no. Maybe. Yes, 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 yes. So I touched these, but in here it didn't. So that means we need to take a look at one more element, and that's going to be, is the fret, is the truss rod creating pressure? So now we need to sight it. Take a look. Yes, there is a minor curve in the fretboard. So we should address that post haste. This is really loose. I mean, it's really loose. Just so everyone's aware, this is a neck that is not, it's not in good shape. There's a warp, there's a twist, there are other issues with it, so it is a sacrificial item at this point. I'm not overly concerned. But yeah, there is a bend. So if you take a look, you'll see that there is a warp, a curl. So can you see the curvature, and it's right in here?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So we can try to straighten that. Here's the other benefit of using this type of device. If you pull the sandpaper away, it's a leveling beam, or it's a level check. Doctor, that might be it. Want to take a look?
I don't see the same. Yeah, it's better. It's not to that. Yeah. That's good.
All right. Lock it back down. One more time! Here we go. Let's check this leveling. All right. Time for the check. Here we go. Okay. Got it there, 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 there. Yes, 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 and yes. That's level.
Nice.
Easy peasy, wasn't it? All right. That's all that's needed to make sure that the frets are level. We don't have to go any further with that. We're not going to be sanding everything down. These are fine. They really don't need to be recrowned either because it's just this very, very, very narrow amount of material that was touched. You should be able to see that. And we're going to buff that out. So now we're able to move to the next step in the process, which is going to be, we're going to dress these edges so that they are nice and round, and we have a specific file for that. So in with the Pack O files, this file is nothing special. It is not a it's not a file that you would purchase specifically for doing fret ends. It is a jeweler's file. It does have 4 sides where there are teeth, and this is where you, as the individual, can modify this so that it works for your purposes. This side, as you can see, has no teeth. That was done by taking this file and running it against 400 grit sandpaper. So we have modified this file for our purposes so that we can do these fret edges and round them over. Now before we do that, we also want to tape off the fretboard so we don't do any damage to it from what we're going to be getting into. Not only are we going to be rounding off those fret edges, but we are also going to be using a Dremel tool with a buffing wheel and some dope compound so that we can polish up some of the frets. Painter's tape is your friend. So here is a trick. We'll start this off. You will need 2 things. One is painter's tape, the other is a razor knife. So you're going to want to cut this. Yes, actually this. Step 1. I learned this from another luthier online, and it was brilliant. I love this trick. You run the tape down both edges of the fretboard. And what you will be able to do is when you are done, the whole thing just comes off. You'll get the majority of your tape to come off in one swipe. Otherwise you're sitting here and you're fighting with your tape to get it off. It's a pain in the tush. This one. Pull tab. pull tab. Alright. Big tape. Starting at the end. So one of the things I like to do is I'll take the flat edge, I'll tuck it right up next to the fret, and then I'll push it down. And then once I get it wrapped, take a fingernail or a thumbnail, and just run it on the back edge and press it in tight and deep to the fret. The tape is going to go over, that's fine. That's why we have a razor knife. Take it right up to the back edge of that fret and cut that tape, just like that. And then comes right off. Voila. Same thing with the next one. Right up to the back edge of that fret. Push it down, take it all the way up to the next fret, thumbnail, run it down nice and hard so that it gets right to the very edge of that fret. Razor knife, gets right in behind it. Score. And if you really want, you can tear off there. Zink. Ta-da.
So much better than just taking the tape and moving it down each one of the frets as you go.
Yes. Alright. That's that part. I'm going to let these guys jump in and carry on with this. Put that over there.
Taping off the rest of it?
Yep. Moving on to the next. We're going to use the file. Here's the side that has no teeth. Make sure you know where that side is, because if you don't, you're going to dig in. So I'm going to start with this one, and we're going to go from here back. It's the same process for both. Gather around this way. So I start here so that I'm almost parallel to the fret, and as I walk this, you'll see how I round. Take a look. Okay. Now, remember which side is flat? So you go to the other side. I change hands when I do this. And it's the same thing.
Other than smoothing out the edge, what's the purpose? Is it just more comfort on the fret, or is there playability purposes?
It's a lot more comfortable when you were doing a slide.
Sure.
You don't have as much of a speed bump sensation as you're going across. It does give it this incredibly smooth feeling.
Mm-hmm.
These are actually really good. It's just really sad. They're really good. Anyway, that's that one.
Cool.
Moving on.
Go ahead.
Alright.
You'll
Do
this.
the bottom side.
It doesn't matter which side you start with,
Okay.
but make sure that you know which side the file has no teeth. that's nice. That's really good. All right. Get that out of the way. Get these out of the way. Move you over here. All right. Next up, a little polishing time. Okay. Polishing is messy. Polishing throws dope everywhere. So be careful. Be aware of the rotation. The rotation can cause things like snag and become a problem. The rotation is this direction. I would not recommend touching the fret ends with it moving in this direction. You can get it caught under the fret and lift the fret, or snag this whole thing and have it move out of your hand.
Yep.
So change your rotation. I'm going to step this way. So now we have old, dull, nasty, dirty frets. Super shiny, nice looking frets. And these edges are very nice and smooth. Go ahead and give it a feel.
Oh yeah. You can definitely tell. That's pretty. Nice.
Yeah.
All right, good work, guys. Time to move on to the real deal.
The best.
First things first, check the level. Take our beam, set it on. Whoa, don't fall over. Hear that? That click clack click clack?
Yeah.
Means there's a high fret.
Yeah.
That's really, yeah, there's a high fret on here. On this side, there isn't. So when we get to the one side of the neck, there are no high frets, but as we walk across from so the high E string doesn't seem to have any high frets. But as we get to the middle, there is a fret that is a little higher, and then we get to the other end, and yeah, there's a rock. Okay, now we need to find it. I don't think this needs a truss rod adjustment. I think we just need to re-level the frets, find that high fret. It's entirely possible it just needs to be knocked in. But yeah, I don't know if we can knock it in. I'm not seeing any frets as I look at the sides of the frets and finding anything which is standing up. So when you look at the edges of the frets here, when it's against the fretboard, so look at the crown and then look at the board underneath it.
Yep.
When you start seeing a big gap, that tells you that your fret isn't pressed in properly, and we can get that pressed back in. The other trick is to use super glue to get it in there, press it in place, but then we have to wait for the super glue to bond. It's actually a very good technique to use. It makes sure that your frets aren't going to move. They're not going to lift on you in the future. So right now, I don't see that there is a huge gap on any one of these. These all look like they're fine. I'm not seeing any big gaps anywhere. Okay. This is a different neck. It is an angled headstock. On the fenders, we're looking at a flat headstock. So we need to brace. This is a carved out, there. It's a carved, dished block. It's nothing expensive or exciting. It's just a 2x4. And I took the end of it to a 4x36 belt sander and I just ground the top until I got that curve. That's it. It's not exciting. A lot of tools you can make yourself in your own home shop. So we are up, we are elevated, have stability. This one has a tongue, so we're going to clamp it on the tongue, hold it in place. Alright, there we are. There's a Sharpie. Gents,
Do you want some tape first, or?
if you'd like to tape, let's tape first.
I would rather not Sharpie the fretboard accidentally, so I vote for tape. But
Good call.
okay.
All right, same process as
I'll get started
before.
on that.
Okay, now time for the inspection.
Yeah, I did get some on the sides. Just
No, it was rocking on the frets.
yeah.
now they're flat. Okay.
It's been healed.
They're yeah, it's been healed. It's all good. Okay, these are flat, so we can move on to next step. Let's round those fret edges. So we're going to do one side, and then we're going to turn the whole thing over, and we're going to do the other side.
Here you go. Rock, paper, scissors, you go for it.
I'll just go. Fuzz in a guitar kind of thing.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's not, I can't remember if Fender released one recently that had like a fuzz or something. Distortion. Just like distortion in the guitar.
Those feel good.
Just nice.
All right.
Good job.
Here we go. Fun. right. Take a look at those shiny, new-looking frets. Super smooth, super shiny, so very nice. Alright, let's do the reveal. Get the contrast on that fretboard. Would one of you like to do the honors?
Oh, I just...
No. Just start from here.
Okay.
Alright, and there we are. Those gorgeous frets. So well done. So well done. The value of this instrument just went up exponentially. Alright, Blue Sounders, that's how you do frets. Thanks to Joe and Josh for coming out today and helping out. Now you guys know how you can do this with your instruments. Alright, till next time, we're out of here.